Hey, what's going on, guys? It's DGamer09 back here again with another episode of Batman Arkham Knight. And the last time that we left off, we went into a city that is at war with crime. It was overtaken by Scarecrow within less than 24 hours based on a bomb threat where he announced after his grand return, after many years of disappearing since Arkham Asylum, that his fear toxin is new, is overpowered as can be, and will cause many more effects than previous toxins, and that he has a bomb waiting somewhere in Gotham. And we track down Poison Ivy, who seems to have a natural immunity due to her mutative DNA, and we are going to try to get her to help us find the Scarecrow. But for now, we are going to talk to Jim Gordon after we interact with her a bit.
It was Harley who broke me out of that police cell in Bloodhaven. Why don't you try arresting her?
That will be covered in an Arkham episode, the name of our different DLCs.
Locking me up is a sign of desperation, Batman. I can see it in your eyes. You're afraid. You can't lock me in here like some human. You know these walls won't hold me for long. Still, if it makes you feel safer, I'll indulge the fantasy. For now. Why do you waste your time helping these pathetic creatures? So primitive compared to plant consciousness. You can't lock me in here like some human.
Also, part of our last episode was that we learned that Scarecrow got Two-Face, Penguin, Ivy, even Harley, who is still grieving the Joker's death, everyone together, including some new guy in Arkham Asylum, to talk about the plan to kill the Batman. And Ivy didn't want to do it, which is why she was locked up by the Scarecrow and is now locked up by us. So we are off on our way to talk to Gordon. And one thing I forgot to mention is that in the year-long gap between Batman Arkham City and Batman Arkham Knight, we also discovered in pre-release info that the Batman has been much more brutal to criminals.
Screw you. Damn bureaucrats. We're on our own.
We can handle it, Jim. What's the latest?
We've got incidents cropping up all over the city. Cash, give us a rundown.
All right, let's see.
Aaron Cash is back.
First up, we've lost contact with the fire crew from Station 17. We've got their last known coordinates, but they're not going to survive out there on their own for long. Then there's this. It's a strange one. Body turned up. We didn't have long to look before the evacuation, but the forensics boys seemed freaked out. Real nasty. Also, we've had several sightings of the Riddler creeping around the train yard. Knowing that guy, he's got to be up to no good.
Look, I know you're busy, but anything you can do to help is going to save lives.
Don't worry, Jim. I have someone working a lead on Scarecrow. I'll see what I can do.
Good to hear. I've got a skeleton crew searching Gotham South and West. I'm gonna join him when I'm done here. We're gonna find that son of a bitch. Fernandez, it's Gordon. Give me an update.
Let's listen in. I told you it would be a slower, more deliberate playthrough where we take our time.
Okay. After you finish searching the docks, I want you to link up with Michaels and work your way back along the East River. We don't have time. Go in pairs. Watch your backs. If you spot something, call it in. This ain't the time to be a hero. What's Rafferty's squad doing? I told him to wait, damn it. We need to be smart. We can't afford to lose any more men. Tell him to get his ass back here now. That's an order. I need you to step up. I know what I'm asking, but I wouldn't put you out there if I didn't think you could handle it. Report back to me when you get there. I'm heading up a squad in South Gotham. Don't worry about that. Batman's just been debriefed. He's gonna look into it for us. Okay. After you finish searching the docks, I want you to link up with Michaels and work your way back along the East River.
Then he just starts repeating. The metal detector obviously goes off. Let's select our mission. We can use the mission select our goal to get the true ending, because yes, you have to get 100% to get the true ending, is to do all of these missions. We also have expansion missions from none of which are unlocked by the way. We have overall progress trackers on the bottom. This is from one of the DLCs called The Season of Infamy. We have to complete 24, 60, 27, and 34% of the campaign respectively to unlock these missions, but we will do all of them. Let's go back to our most wanted. We have Riddler. This bitch has returned, and he brought us 243 riddles. He's also in a car worker's outfit with question marks instead of a suit. There may be a reason for that. Spoilers, he's looking the worst out of all of the games, maybe because we forced him to walk along thinking he would have his brain exploded if he stopped moving. But anyway, we have Riddler's Revenge. That's neat. We have The Line of Duty. Locate and rescue missing members of the Station 17 fire crew. And The Perfect Crime. Investigate posed, mutilated bodies. Let's start off with The Perfect Crime. We have way more side missions than this. We also have City of Fear, our main campaign. Stop Scarecrow from detonating the fear toxin bomb. Meet Oracle at the clock tower to locate Scarecrow. Let's go do The Perfect Crime first.
I'm going to investigate that crime scene. If there's a serial killer in town, I'll find them.
Let's do it. Thank you, Cash. He's the real one. We love him. We stand Cash.
Without shooting anyone. The people in that diner tore each other apart.
Is it just me? The toxins don't seem to be wearing off.
I hope you're wrong. He's going through hell in there.
You should hear some of the stuff he's saying. Sounds like he's dying in there.
Paramedics say there's nothing we can do for him. Just pray.
That, if you will notice, is one of the effects of the fear toxin. It is going off much longer than the other toxins, and it's much, much more intense in the things that you'll see. You can see the poor scratch marks from the people attacking Owens. Fun fact, Rocksteady paid attention to detail. I did not shoot anyone, but if you shoot people in that diner in that opening, then he will these two's dialogue will actually be something to the effect of, God, he's going to be so broken up when he learns what he did. And then Lancaster said, yeah, he'll be fired for sure. And let's pay attention to see if he comes out of that later or not. Lockup capacity 1%, holding cells 1 out of 97, maximum security 1 out of 11. That is Poison Ivy, if I remember correctly. It will update as we lock up more criminals. This is fun that you can do this.
I guess Scarecrow gave you the slip. You broke my wrist for nothing. He's got plans for you, Batman. You and all your friends. Tonight's the night we finally break the bat.
Yeah, you can do that to him. Ah ha ha. That was great. Now, let's get moving. The coolest thing actually happened when, the Season of Infamy, when the Season of Infamy released, they actually updated the GCPD retroactively to have more rooms for the expansions. So that was fun.
This thing's had a serious upgrade. Air support saw it turn into some kind of tank. Nice.
Ah ha ha.
He's here.
I love that. That was fun. The different
Mr. Wayne, I hope the car's performing to your high expectations.
Lucius's first appearance.
He's a little sluggish.
I had a feeling you'd say something like that. Give me a few moments, and I'll bring the afterburner function online.
Lucius's.
It was good of you to stay behind.
You want to thank me, Mr. Wayne? Just try not to hurtle off the road. I should have some more upgrades ready soon.
Lucius is finally here. Let's go. So let's get moving to check out this mutilated body.
provided was worth. And when the dawn comes, when Gotham lies in ruin, and I turn my gaze to the world beyond, the legend of the Batman will be worth nothing at all.
We're gonna get many more Scarecrow broadcasts as we go on, and they're fantastic. Jonathan Noble does such a good job. There are so many lines that there are still new ones being discovered today, actually, in this game. But there are lots of side mission related lines, so let's get moving. Wait a minute, is that what I think it is? Hello? Oh no, it's not. It's a director. I thought it was the Joker, and I had never seen that. It's not. It's just a director statue. This is also the fastest gliding in any of the Arkham games by far, and it really feels, it's like Spider-Man 2, which we will be returning to soon. It's like Spider-Man 2 to the rest of the Spider-Man games. Like, it's so fast the other Arkham games feel sluggish, and it only gets faster the more you level up, I believe. Who in the world is this? Fun fact, the side missions, a lot of them, like, almost all of them, but a lot of them, like this one, or the one about the firefighters, you have to search for your next objective. If you go on long enough without finding it, the game will just update your map, but a lot of them, you have to actively search for them. And the one for the bodies, you find by listening to this opera music. Flawed, it says.
Alfred, I found the mutilated body Cash was talking about. I'm going to try and establish a cause of death.
No, I keep pressing the wrong button. Ah! I don't mean to keep calling that. I just keep pressing the old button for the detective vision because they do update the buttons in this game. And I forgot about that because I have never played this on PlayStation. It's always been on Xbox. So let's do this. They also, Rocksteady incorporated a lot of detective mode elements from crime scene investigations from Arkham Origins, which is a nice detail. Analyzing results of the death.
Blood tests reveal the cause of death was an overdose of painkillers leading to cardiac arrest.
Alfred!
The victim's fingerprints have been burned off with acid.
A rather unsavory demise.
That's not all. It's as though the subject's DNA has been corrupted somehow. There's insufficient information for me to cross-reference the database. I'll have to use the deep tissue scanner to analyze the body for distinguishing features and determine the victim's identity.
Right you are, sir.
I love that Alfred is finally in this game. Fun fact, he is in Arkham Origins, but that's the first time we ever see him in the series. He's not in Arkham Asylum, then he's in City only in voice and profile picture. Then you see him in person in Arkham Origins, and now he's here. What if there are no distinguishing features? Fun fact, these missing persons photos are all staff member photos from Rocksteady. These are fun.
On the left ear. Looks like a result of minor ear agenesis, a birth defect.
There are the 3 layers of the skin, the outermost, the innermost, and then the bone tissue, and there are there's one thing per layer each time.
A wedding ring in the lower intestine. The inscription reads, Ophelia.
I think we gotta readjust that. Yeah, we did.
The victim had a hip replacement. Scar tissue hasn't fully healed, so it must have been recent. Alfred, the victim's name is Anthony Lund. Hospital records show he suffered with alcoholism, most probably brought on by the breakdown of his marriage. The name on the ring, Ophelia, his ex-wife. He was last seen in Albuquerque, New Mexico. What's unusual is that they didn't go missing in Gotham. They were brought here and killed. Why? We need to track down whoever did this.
Might I suggest keeping an ear out for any more of that ghastly opera music? It sounds ominously like a calling card.
I love that Alfred is like that ghastly opera music. Gotham Police evacuation point. You can see the bridges are now up. Anyway, let's select our next mission. Instead of the City of Fear, I want to continue our side missions for a minute, so let's do the line of duty.
The missing fire crew's not safe on these streets. I'll start by checking Dixon's out west. That was their last reported location.
Let's get going. I like traveling around the city equally. Either way you do it. It doesn't matter which way, so that's fun. That's how you know it's good game design. If you actually listen for callouts, that's the games don't just update if you don't find your next objective in time. They actually give you fun, tangible reasons as to why you find out. Like the police copters will report on a firefighter spotted, or a firefighter will call out, or Cash will tell you about a new body location when you go back to the GCPD. So there's diegetic reasonings, not just, oh, the game magically updated. No, I didn't mean to call the Batmobile. Stop, stop, stop. I swear I'm good at this game. It's just first time ever playing PlayStation, as I keep mentioning, so that's alright. Nope. Environmental takedown. Please. I press the button and it... Yeah, there are so many of them. There is no way after slamming his head full of volts that he's not dead. The Batman doesn't kill. It's fun to play these games as the Batman, like the Robert Pattinson Batman, with using all your gadgets and all your martial arts and everything. It's just fantastic. Let's free him.
Batman. God, it's really you.
What happened here?
Our truck was attacked. The rioters dragged us out one by one. We were separated, taken away. Please, they're gonna kill us.
I'll save your crew. Wait here. I'll get a GCPD officer to pick you up.
And let's dive out the window. Oh, it's so sick. I love doing that. Definite Batman core right there. Let's go visit this son of a bitch and his annoying ass riddles.
Enigma's planning something. He always is.
Let's do it. I hate the Riddler so much. I actually love him. I just love hating him. It's like a fandom thing to love to hate him. Why was he at the train yards instead of placing those damn trophies?
Why, hello there, detective. Yes, it's me, your most feared nemesis, the Riddler. Congratulations are in order, for you have arrived early for this, the next generation of my riddles. I'm afraid the full particulars of my plan will have to remain unannounced for the time being, but I see no harm in rewarding the harmless little glimmer of initiative you have shown with a sneak peek, a preview, if you will, of the kind of conundrum I have in store.
Oh, what do you mean, Eddie? Why are you back? Couldn't you have just stayed walking that damn path over and over?
Well then, detective, it begins. You are staring, with stupefied incomprehension, at a mechanism I have calibrated to respond to an extremely precise radar pulse. In a moment, I will give you the decrypted code, Dark Knight. Oh, but first, I think we should run through the ground rules for tonight's festivities. Rule the first. You will address me at all times as Riddler, the Riddler, or Mr. Nigma, sir. Otherwise, Detective, I expect your patented brand of churlish silence. Rule the second. All gauntlets, cowl-integrated microphones, and other communications devices, bat-themed or otherwise, are to be switched off prior to the start of the test. Should you be caught using any of these, you will be expelled from the course. Rule the third. The use of purpose-built riddle-solving equipment is strictly prohibited. I am familiar with the contents of your utility belt, Detective, and I will be evaluating any sudden additions over the course of this evening most suspiciously. Rule the fourth. In the event of fire or flood, I will be on hand to guide you to the nearest emergency exit. Assuming, that is, you are not too proud to follow my advice. In that eventuality, we will consider your stubbornly prideful suicide an admission of defeat. Rule the fifth. Do not ask for clues. Rule the sixth. Should I, in my exasperation, choose to provide you with a clue, hint, obliquely meaningful insult, or any other form of assistance, you will not ask for further elucidation, but instead thank me for my kind generosity, whilst adhering to the forms of address outlined in the very first rule. Rule the seventh. Bathroom breaks will be administered on a discretionary basis. Should we find ourselves at a pivotal moment in your arduous journey to self-realization and defeat, I expect you to hold it in. Rule the eighth. Any accidents resulting from my strict enforcement of the seventh rule are to be considered your fault entirely. Rule the ninth. You are required to recite back to me this full list of rules at any moment I request. Again, keeping in mind the naming conventions I outlined in the very first rule. Rule the 10th. I, the Riddler/Mr. Enigma Sir, reserve the right to add or announce further rules if and when they become necessary. Yes, I know what you're thinking, Detective. Mr. Enigma Sir knows how to meticulously structure a good time. In any case, Detective, I'm getting rather tired of the way your stupidity forces me to outline the basics like this. So here's that code you've been waiting for. Let's see how long it takes for you to figure out how to use it.
I just love, like, the Sheldon Cooper energy of the Riddler going absolutely insane all the way in this entry. Anyway, we are going to reset that checkpoint because if you'll notice, we downloaded that code a long time ago, and there's a very funny detail if you don't wait for all those rules, and I want to showcase it. Let's do it.
What? How did you solve tonight's very first riddle?
Ah.
Well done. Well done.
Can we go, Eddie?
To my racetrack, Detective.
Please?
You must complete 3 circuits of this gauntlet.
That's if you charge up the afterburner.
Come now, Detective. Let's put that grotesque ego-mobile to the test.
Let's go! These racetracks are so fun. There are movie-themed ones in the DLC, and then ones to just test your aptitude at the racing. I find these so fun. Also, I wanted to clarify my whole if I die, then I reset, does not include the Riddler's racetracks because the controls can be buggy and janky, and so they kinda screw you over even when you know how to control it sometimes. So I'm not enforcing that rule here.
Can those flickering, filtering synapses keep up with my automatically
Like that. So, yeah, it's kind of janky.
Disabling the afterburner's failsafe. I need the extra speed.
So that's why any other time, any other side mission or boss fight or anything, if I die, yep, we're restarting the game. Obviously I won't record that, but you will tell by the upload gaps that I did do it, so.
Let's work that undeveloped brain of yours.
Or like that, see? So. Yeah, not always the best experience with the controls on the racetracks. But anyway, that's its own issue. That it's fine. Oh, come on, don't bump.
Now pay attention, detective. Go left.
I did not miss his egotism at all.
Oh, detective, what's that I hear? Is it time's winged chariot hurrying near?
Oh, shut your mouth, Eddie.
You're close, detective. Don't fumble now. Don't fumble now.
And we almost got it. Oh, see?
Boy racer. Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours.
Oh, shut up. The road to hell. Successfully complete the first Riddler trial. That's our trophy.
Seriously, Dark Knight, I'm stunned, humiliated, utterly bested. Time I gave up, I think. Why don't you head on your way?
Shut up. Let's get out of here, please. He's gonna ramble again, isn't he? Oh god.
Did you really believe that a challenge designed by me, the Riddler, would be quite so easy? Oh, Dark Knight. You sweet, naive sentinel. Of course it wouldn't. Still, thanks to your unrelenting desire to showboat, I now have several hundred terabytes worth of performance data relating to that latest model of rocket-powered hearse you're driving. Naturally, I shall be using this data to calibrate further challenges and trials. I'll see you soon, detective. There's a lot more to come.
Oh, I want to punch his melon face so badly. Please, let's get out of here, man. How can one dude be so narcissistic? It can happen, though. I have real-life experience with similar people.
Nice driving, idiot. It's right there. Just go. You want to take the wheel?
Let's actually see if we can find one more of those bodies, because I do believe I know where one is. So, let me see real fast. I knew it. It's right around here because I heard it on our way to save the cop, but I didn't want to spoil it in the first episode. The perfect crime failure. So the first one was flawed, the second one is failure.
The mutilation pattern looks to be identical to the previous murder victim.
Then it appears Gotham does indeed have a serial killer in its midst. And here I was thinking this evening couldn't get any worse.
I'm going to scan the body for unique identifiers.
Let's do it. Here's our first one.
Scar tissue on the upper arm. I recognize the pattern. 20 years ago, this was a badge of honor among inmates at Blackgate Penitentiary. A small group of racketeers known as the Bloodhaven Six.
The Bloodhaven Six. For context, everyone who is unaware, Bloodhaven is the city that Dick Grayson, the first Robin, moves to after he grows up and becomes Nightwing. It's not that far off from Gotham.
Of a pacemaker fitted through the right ventricle. If I cross-reference the manufacturer with the pacing method, it will help to narrow the search. Clear signs of bone deformation on the victim's knee. Joint line sclerosis points to juvenile arthritis, a rare and debilitating condition. Alfred, I've ID'd the victim as Franklin Accardo.
His records are a litany of drug-related offenses, sir. In and out of prison from an early age. He was serving a 20-year sentence at Blackgate before being released early on grounds of ill health due to a heart condition. He moved to Little Rock, Arkansas, which is where he was reported missing.
Another person taken from outside the Gotham area.
A significant detail, sir.
So are these words written beside the bodies. Try and find a connection between the two victims I've found, Alfred. There has to be something linking them together.
I'll try my best, sir.
If you'll have noticed, there are those individual W's that keep coming up when we complete steps on our missions. Those are Wayne Tech upgrade points. That's what they look like, because if you'll remember, I talked in Arkham Asylum how it seems very much so like the old versus the new, where the new is trying to take over the old, and it's kind of this mold infection almost. Then Arkham City is the new in a more advanced state, taking over even more of the old, and now this game is all the new in all the time, and the most modern we've seen. But that with that also comes the most it comes the least afraid of Batman the criminals have ever been, which is a very interesting comparison. Let's spend some of our upgrade points and then we'll leave off for the next episode. We have we have a lot of upgrades and they cost more points this time. We can do a weapon steal, so let's do it. There is also an aerial juggle if we do that, and there are critical strikes if we strike to the beat like before. There is a Batclaw super stun. You can upgrade pretty quickly if you know how to spend right and do side missions. I also, one time, just for the fun of it, waited till halfway through the game when I had over 50 upgrade points. I think, if I remember correctly, it was 54 specifically. And that was fun, just not being powered up correctly and then spending it all at once. But anyway, with all of that out of the way, my wonderful friends, we are going to end this episode off here with the introduction to our side missions. The next time we pick up, we will continue our search for the Scarecrow, wherever he may be, by visiting Oracle in the Clock Tower. And with all of that out of the way, I hope that you all enjoyed. Please, if you did, be sure...
She's as bad as he was, except she's not as funny when she's torturing you. Is that why you quit? You bet. Joker would do some nasty stuff with a cattle prod, but he knew how to make everyone laugh while he was doing it.
Oh boy. And they just ran over them and... Oh, they didn't kill them, but okay. Criminals will just run over criminals. Anyway, if you all enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like. It really helps the channel out. Comment down below so that we could have a conversation. Subscribe if you don't want to miss any more. Turn on the bell so that you always get a notification when I upload. And maybe share the video with your friends and family so that we could spread more positivity to more people. And with all of that out of the way, don't forget to face your fears. And I will see you all in the next one. Love you all.